freaking dare you? How dare you call me racist?
So Greg Doucette gets called a racist by Chef Rush. And what does Greg go and do? Well, he goes ahead and just proves that he's basically racist. Well, he did the usual one. He went on one of his little steroid tantrums and he went nuts about it. You see, back when I was getting called anti-Semitic for simply standing up for animal rights, and I made a video reply to it, I was very calm and collected and not really bothered by the fact that I was called anti-Semitic, because the people calling me that were just using that as a cope for their animal abuse that they're paying for and the Holocaust that they're supporting. Usually when someone says something that's not true, you just laugh at it, but you don't get super angry unless you know it's true. Or unless you know someone deeply found something out about you that you didn't want to get out. Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think Greg's racist. Let's just say Greg's not racist. He may not be racist himself, but he sure as hell isn't against racism, especially when it's pointed in the direction of the people who call him out. And a while back on Instagram, Greg decided to make a post about me because I was trolling in his comment sections. This resulted in a bunch of his white supremacist and racist fan bases coming in, calling me the N-word and insulting me for being black, calling me monkey and things like that. And I don't know, I think it takes a racist to attract a racist audience, because come on now, my audience would never be that racist. But not only that, in the time of the Kali Muscle and Greg Doucette's wife situation, Ali actually reposted a comment from a racist implying that black men die and deserve to die because of men like Kali Muscle, who Kali's a complete moron. I don't like the guy at all. And if anything, I've actually put him on the same level as Greg Doucette as far as the fact that I don't like him. But she says that because men like Kali Muscle exist, because black men like Kali Muscle exist, that's the reason why all these black men are getting shot and discriminated against. And that because Kali Muscle somehow insulted her, he let the black community down, and it's resulting in the deaths of black men. Yep, that's literally a comment that Ali, Greg Doucette's wife, reposted on Instagram, her Instagram story. And if you want to see proof of this, just go to the video I made about her. The card will be right above me. So if Greg Doucette is so against racism, why doesn't he call out racism when the people that he likes is perpetuating that racism? It's because Greg is not against racism like he says he is. He doesn't care if you're racist against someone he doesn't like. Now, about the situation with Chef Rush got annoyed by the influencers and basically all the men who basically just post about other men and what's going on in the fitness industry and steroid this, who's on drugs and who's natty and things like that. Things that don't matter in the world, things that are not contributing anything good to the world whatsoever. Just, let's talk about this bodybuilder, nothing important about the world. All those YouTubers were basically talking about Chef Rush for some BS he was putting out, and I agree. All of these fitness influencers, they just have a business to run, and they're going to sell you any lies they can. They're like politicians. They just have a business to run. They're going to sell you any lies they can. It's not about honesty. It's about them making a living. But the fact is, every fitness influencer does that. But out of all the fitness influencers that are full of crap, you choose to go after Chef Rush. This man served in the military for the U.S. for 20 years. 20 years he served in the U.S. And because Greg Doucette makes one video about him, all these little boys who happen to be American as well are going to Chef Rush's page and saying, "Oh, you're a terrible person. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" It's like, you realize this man is fighting for your white privileged self to be free in America? And not to mention he's black. And this is why I don't support black men going into the army. It's because white people in this country are unappreciative of it. They don't care. It's like you're basically selling yourself out. I personally would never fight for a country that's discriminated against my people in the past or discriminates against me right now, currently. And the Chef Rush thing is just a perfect example of it. You see one popular YouTuber makes a video talking about him and how he's a bad person, and all of the 20 years he served in the military, going to different countries and fighting in wars and getting injured and things like that, all the trauma he faced from that just goes out the window, how he fought for your country, because Greg Doucette makes a video about him falsely accusing him of being racist. Who is that the biggest deal? It's like, this is what is on the mind of the kids of this generation. All of that trauma he faced of being in the army, all of that violence he was around to fight for the freedom of the people in this country just goes out the window. But no, let's worship Greg Doucette. Let's worship Greg Doucette because he does so much great things for the world, right? No. And in fact, if I saw Greg Doucette in person, I would straight up go up to him and just tell him, you're a disgusting person. You're terrible. And despite all the fitness influencers basically being full of crap, Greg himself is full of crap. Vegan Gains has exposed him multiple times about it. And this is why Greg Doucette just won't interact with Vegan Gains. He interacts with people who he knows are not very, smart. Whereas with Vegan Gains, you can't really get off with that because Vegan Gains is smarter than Greg Doucette. And actually, Greg Doucette got his motive for YouTube. You can even tell by the way his channel is set out from Vegan Gains. Before Greg Doucette came along, Vegan Gains was already doing his thing and calling out all these fake fitness influencers and things like that. And he really set the tone for YouTubers doing that. He was the one who did that. It wasn't Greg Doucette, Philion, or Mixed Strength and Power. It was Vegan Gains. He's been doing this for 6 years now. He's been doing it ever since 2015. And I don't like Vegan Gains personally. We had a debate in which we didn't agree on, but that's not what this video is about. Despite me not liking Vegan Gains, I still think he's pretty honest in most of the things he says. But just during our debate, he was dishonest, and that basically led to our disagreements. But despite that, out of all the fitness YouTubers I've seen, he's the most honest. And regarding that, Vegan Gains has also exposed Greg Doucette for lying about being a fake natty. See, everything about Greg is just projection. He tries to accuse someone else of it first, so that he doesn't get accused of it. And while he does put out a lot of good information, don't get me wrong, Greg Doucette knows his stuff. He's a dishonest guy and he's egoistic. That's just the end of that. Once you become dishonest and egoistic, it's like all that comes out the window, and it really pushes your ego even more when you have a buttload of 12-year-old boys who will just simp for you, even if what you're saying is wrong, regardless of what you're saying is really stupid or just selfish or disgusting. Like, seriously. He sent his entire fan base, and he didn't even give a disclaimer saying, okay, don't send hate to this person, don't send hate to this person, or things like that. He's like, oh, don't care. Go ahead and attack this veteran because it's not like the 20 years of being in the military has already given him enough trauma. So then he has to get crap over some small fitness thing that's not even a big deal at all. It's like, you guys are grown men, and you're on the internet arguing over this. You guys are grown men. Can you not fight about any real world problems going on right now? You guys are fighting over who's natty or who's on steroids or, oh, he said he did this or he said he did that. It's like, you guys are grown men. This is disgusting to see. It's just embarrassing. And it really makes you realize why these types of fitness influencers have such a low aged fan base. It's because this is what they're watching. And again, if Greg wasn't a racist, firstly, he would have called out his wife for being racist and posting that racist post. Again, just check out my other video about it. I'm going to link it in the description as well if you want to look at it there. And you wouldn't be screaming at the top of your lungs that, oh, I'm not a racist. Like, let's say you just turned 18 years old and somebody says that you're 17 years old. And then they make rumors, oh, you're lying about your age. Are you just gonna go off and say, oh, I'm 18, oh, why are you lying about me? How dare you do this? It's like you're a grown man doing this and you want people to think you're not racist, but you're going on a tantrum to prove that you're not racist. You're going through all this sweat to prove that you're not racist. Clearly you are racist. Clearly your wife is racist. Clearly you guys have a bias against black people. And the fact that you're so inconsiderate of a 20-year veteran who fought for this country, and you're sending hate over to him despite all the trauma he's faced from being in the army, it really shows that you don't care about black people, and it really shows your racism. Now, I was really disgusted to see that Chef Rush actually came out with a video to apologize to Greg, and this wasn't because Chef Rush said anything wrong. It's only because he's going to continue to get canceled by the stupid internet cult who latches on to certain YouTubers once they get popular, and if you talk down on that specific YouTuber, well, they're just going to try and cancel YouTube. But unfortunately, I don't care for that because this fitness cult is not something I want to be a part of. It's weird, it's disgusting, and it's narcissistic. See, I can fight about important things, like things that are going on in the world, or maybe the trillions of animals that are being murdered, the environment, things like that. And Greg's over here in this corner fighting about, oh, is this guy natural, or is this guy on steroids, or is this guy doing this, that, whatever. What kind of good is that contributing to the world? My only advice to you, Greg, is if you want to debate, we can debate. Now, I might be a slightly easier target than Vegan Gains, but I'm sure I'd still give you a run for your money considering you're very dishonest and I can call you out straight up on the things that you lie about and continue to lie about. And another piece of advice is, if you're going to be racist, don't make it so obvious next time.